So, well, my boy Alex Pereira gets it done by second round TKO to put Jiri Prochazka away, and he gains the light heavyweight title. He is now a two-division champ in the UFC, and also, let's not forget, he is a two-time weight champion back in kickboxing. So this guy is definitely in the argument for the combat sport GOAT. I don't care what DC said that wrestling is harder, not winning a gold medal is better. I don't care. Put some respect on Alex Pereira's name. This guy is definitely one of the best guys to do it in all of history of combat sports, not just the UFC, combat sports. And let's see if he can build his legacy in the UFC and get some title defenses. But we have to acknowledge this real quick. This fight did have some drama in it, and I'll get into the whole fight and I'll break it down the entire what happened in the first round, what happened to the second round that led up to the KO. But in regards to the TKO, it was kind of an early stoppage. Let's be honest here. Mark Goddard screws it up again. Guess what he does? He stops the fight early. Get this guy out of main events. He ruins them, and it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I picked Alex Pereira to win. I wanted him to win basically by flush KO, and it seemed like he was on his way to probably TKOing Jiri Prochazka before the stoppage happened, because he had full mount and he could have just ground and pounded him out. But Mark Goddard stops it early, and it's a bit too soon. Jiri Prochazka was still in there. And my issue with this is the fact that it leaves a sour taste in my mouth now. The KO doesn't feel as satisfying as it should. It should feel like I should be happy on top of the moon here. My prediction was right. I said what happened in the third round, not the second round, but I was overall right. Left hook TKO for Alex Pereira. But no, I'm sitting here like, man, Jiri still had some more left in him. Even though Jiri was hurt, he still had some fight left in him. And Mark Goddard ruins it again. He stops the fight early. This guy needs to get his act together, man. He's stopping fights way too early, man. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's fucking up the game pretty much. I mean, Jiri got dropped. He got hurt, obviously. He fell down on his face. He tried to recover by shooting a single leg on Alex Pereira, and he had it, but then he fell backwards. So, I mean, he was still there. He was still alive, and when the fight got stopped, he was on his knees for a second, and then he stood back up, and he seemed like he was kind of fine. I know he said in the post-fight speech that, it was fair game. He was out. He got KO'd. It is what it is. But I think that fight could have gone on just for a tick longer, a little bit longer. Let's see Alex Pereira rain down some ground and pound shots. And if Jiri is still there, he'll recover. If he's not there, then guess what? The fight's over. It's stopped, which is probably what I would have wanted in the first place. But that's not what happens. And Mark Goddard, again, for the third time, ruins a main event. It's stupid. I'm upset about it. Great win from Alex Pereira. It's not his fault. Alex Pereira's mission was to go in there and finish this guy, and he doesn't control when the ref stops the fight. He can only, land the blows he needs to land. So really tough luck for Jiri. It happens, man, but then again, don't get dropped. Don't get hurt. Don't go rushing in for a combination against Alex Pereira and then get caught by it and get dropped. So it's partially on Jiri, but I think it's on the ref for stopping it early. It is what it is. It sucks, but let's get into the actual fight and what actually happened. Jiri looked good and he looked bad. I don't know. It seemed like he was landing some good shots on Alex Pereira, but the low kicks were the story of this fight. It was Alex Pereira chopping, and I mean chopping the legs of Jiri Prochazka. He landed about 3 of them, and Yuri's leg was already compromised. He was already limping. He was already, grimacing, making a face every single time that Pereira landed a low kick on him. And that really was kind of the fight, man. It was really more at range. Jiri was having some success. He would dive in, do his normal thing. He would go in there and try to land shots. He would be awkward, and he kind of caught Pereira a couple of times in that first round with, like a right hand down the middle. It still seems like Alex Pereira's boxing defense is very, very sus. The 1-2 down the pipe is really his main kryptonite. He always gets hit by that. Got KO'd by Israel Adesanya with that 1-2 down the pipe. And it seems like he just struggles with, I don't know, the range of it or something along with that. He just seems to always get tagged by a 1-2. It's weird. And that mainly was the first half of the first round. And then Jiri Prochazka gets kind of tired of those low kicks and goes for a takedown. He picks up Alex Pereira and dunks him down and gets half guard on top. And pretty much that's the first round. Now, the debate can be, what do you find more effective? Do you find the low kicks of Alex Pereira more effective and more damaging than the elbows that Jiri Prochazka landed? Because he did land some nice elbows on Alex Pereira, But to me, it seemed like, I would say, my personal opinion, that Alex Pereira definitely kind of edged that first round on damage, because I don't think there was enough damage from the elbows from Jiri. If he managed to cut open Alex Pereira with those elbows, then I would say it definitely was a Jiri round, but he didn't seem to do much, landed a few of them. Nothing was too clean. The majority of the time, it was Alex Pereira holding the arms and making sure that Jiri couldn't do too much damage to him. So first round, I would say, goes to Alex Pereira, but then the second round happens, and Yuri's winning. Yuri's landing great shots on Pereira. The low kicks are still kind of there, but I would say that the hands were more successful for Jiri the entire time. And you can kind of tell that Jiri was finally starting to get back to what he used to be. He was getting into the flow of the fight. He was moving around a lot. I know that his leg was still kind of compromised, but he was starting to find his rhythm finally. And then eventually he lands a nice 1-2 down the pipe again on Alex Pereira. It kind of rocks him for a second. Then Jiri starts to go for him, and then it turns into pretty much a slugfest. And now they're scrapping in the octagon now. They get done scrapping for a second, they circle back out, and then Jiri goes in for the kill again, and he gets caught by a right hook that kind of grazes him, then a left hook drops him, and then the finishing sequence happens, and then bam, it's over. Early stoppage, whatever. So that mainly was the fight. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Pereira and Jiri didn't look too amazing to me. It was a good fight, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't seem like the most exciting. You know, maybe I'm a bit spoiled because the whole card today was absolutely amazing. We had Aspinall KO Pavlovich, which is insane. I'll get to that probably tomorrow in my next video. I'll do a recap about that. But overall, the card was amazing. But to me, it just seems like neither guy looked at their best, is what I will say. Neither guy seemed like they were, fully locked in and ready to go. Pereira was getting tagged a bit, and Jiri, with all this time off, didn't look like he used to look, because again, he took it a year and a half off. There's going to be some amount of ring rust in there for him. But yeah, Pereira gets it done, and Jamal Hill was in the background pretty much saying like he's next. He's calling him out. He wants that shit. I don't know. Jamal Hill might get it done. I'm not going to lie. We'll see what happens and see how he recovers from his Achilles injury. I don't know. I think if he fights Pereira and has an Achilles injury, the low kicks are going to be absolutely massive, because you know what I mean? When you have an injury like an Achilles, you have to stay off of it for a while. And when you don't use a muscle for so long, it grows smaller. So maybe that calf won't be as strong or as built as it needs to be to fend off low kicks from Pereira if Jamal Hill does fight him soon. I don't know how long it's going to be until he fights him. But on the feet, there's some holes in Pereira's game, and I think Jamal Hill can take advantage of it. We'll see what happens, but overall, great win by Pereira. I'm upset about the finish still, and it really does upset me, but Pereira gets it done. I'm so happy. I was right. You know I was right. There will not be anybody in my comment section today shitting on me. Good win from Alex Pereira. I'm happy for him. Sucks for Jiri. I wish he had a little bit longer, but shit happens sometimes. Don't get rocked. It is what it is. But I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications so you get notified every single time that I post a video. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.